adoption right away, right? I think you're going to see like 6 months at least of just people wondering if the chain is legitimate or not, right? And you're not going to see, true adoption until a little bit of time is put into the system. And so for me, even if the bottom isn't until October or November or whatever, the sooner we launch, I think the better, right? Because then we have that history of, the chain launched, it's real, it's working, you got all your coins there, you can get your copy of it, right? Your airdrop, and you can do whatever you want with it. And if that's going on, basically, you give it that 6 months, 3 to 6 months lead time for that to gain confidence before you hit the bottom. I think that's fine too, because a lot of people were speculating that they're waiting for the bottom, and I don't think that's necessary, right? I think right now is a perfectly fine time to get into the game. And there's also the comment that Richard made about launching possibly after the film, but I think that would be a mistake, right? I think you want the chain launched ahead of time, so that after they watch the film, they can actually go and find the pulse chain, right? It's not really going to do us any good if we have the film and pulse chain launches like a month after the film or a week after the film is or whatever, and there's nothing there. They need to be able to find the pulse chain. They need to be able to use the pulse chain after they watch that movie in order to get the full leverage from it that we want to see. So I think, for that respect, I think you want it to launch again, 3 to 6 months before the movie comes out even, right? Just to get that confidence. And then, if we're still in the bear market and it didn't really go up, then people can still, come in at the bottom and feel like they're getting in at the bottom of the project, right? Instead of after it already went up, 10x or more.
Already in. You're already in. Done deal. You're in. There's a lot of people that wish they were in. Just remember that.
Well, and there's also the fact that a lot of people, they onboard people when they get excited about something. That's usually when price goes up, right? So, getting people in at the top or whatever, local tops or whatever, then they, then it goes down. And then people go, oh, well, I brought people in at the top. Well, right now, everything, it's down 90%. This is a beautiful time to onboard.
Well, I personally think that the Sacrafice set lists is probably the most valuable cryptocurrency list of investors on the planet in terms of retail investors. I think that list is worth millions of dollars, literally, like millions of dollars. If it was me, I wouldn't launch Pulse right now. Even if I could push the green button right now, I personally wouldn't do it. I mean, obviously, I'm not Richard, but if I was, I would not push the button.
It would be nice to launch right before everything starts, blowing up, boom, 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 right? Because then it would all the volume and everything would be like multiplied by price go up across the board on all sorts of different, things. So that would be the best move, I think.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I don't care when it launches, but if I
thoughts,
I would hold off.
My thoughts is if it launched before everything started rolling, that means the money that was invested in other things could have just been put toward PLS, a new layer one, instead of going toward all these other things. I think that might be an advantage to launching before all the snowballs start rolling.
Yeah, but there's no confirmed bottom to this market yet for Bitcoin. And until you kind of get a confirmed bottom, if you are trying to time a market and finding the bottom of the cycle, you're going to go into a sideways accumulation phase for quite some time. Normally, it's 300 to 500 days. And then you'll go into the 2024 halving of Bitcoin. That will be front run. And then you'll go into the next bull run. So there is a timing thing going on here. But I tend to believe Richard, man. I mean, I don't think that Bitcoin's done. I don't think that Bitcoin's bottomed out at all. I think that, it's been a really limp dick bounce from that 17,000 level, to be honest with you. Look, I'm just speaking personally for me, guys. Right? Like everyone could come in here and just kind of shoot the shit with a beer or a shot, whatever, just kind of share your personal view on a thing. I want Pulse from a TA perspective, to have the best case scenario. So for me, it is to confirm a bottom. That would be great if that's possible. The only caveat to that is the opportunity cost of, protocols that would have launched on Pulse don't, because it doesn't exist and they had to go elsewhere, so that is that opportunity cost. But I just don't think it outweighs the trying to fight, Fibonacci retracement levels if you launch it and then it tanks and then you got to sit there and, fight all these TA levels on the way back up.